Yo, what's up, everybody? Flame on. How's everyone doing tonight? Without further ado, I'm just gonna skip straight to our special guest, Jared from Comics League. How you doing, buddy?
Hello, how are you doing?
All right. And for those who are new here or do not understand what Bendispoint is really about, what if DC chose not to go with a certain creator, amply named, mind you?
Now, to be clear, I'm not acknowledging. We acknowledge that Bendis did have some positive impacts on Marvel and the comic book medium in general. We're just saying he didn't really fit well at DC.
Superman. Excuse me.
Oh yeah, and we know Tevi is going to be here soon in this stream to talk about Super Sons, which he has every right to, because this is
this is relevant. But the first thing I would pick. Okay, full disclaimer before we get into it. This, even if we did not go with Bendis, all this Dan DiDio setting up 5G would probably still be in play. It's just that some elements would. What's the most sensitive way I could say this? 5G would still happen regardless, or at least Dan DiDio would heavily advocate for 5G. So we can't really blame that on Bendis, even though Bendis's name is adjacent to a lot of bad takes.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's what I think.
Yeah. And again, I like a lot of what he writes on Marvel. Just want to be clear. I'm not saying the dude is a horrible comic book writer.
But
as a Superman fan, I just have to leave it at that. All I have to say is, as a Superman fan, ... and everyone understands. In fact, my first stream with Nerdette, I brought that up, and it's like, if you could change something, and I said, well, first off, I'd make it so Bendis never touched Superman. I got a good laugh at that.
Which actually was the inspiration for this video, mind you.
Yeah, it just randomly came up when we were talking about, like, because the basis of our New Direction series is what if the new 52 Superman hadn't died? So we're thinking about other what if stuff I could do. And then all of a sudden it came to me. I was like, what if Bendis never came to DC? Because you truly have no idea how much of an effect him not coming to DC has on the books. So to set the stage for what DC looks like at this point, they're knee deep in Rebirth. Tomasi is doing a really successful, I think, did he do Action or Superman?
I think he did. No, Patrick Gleason did Superman. Tomasi did Action Comics.
Okay, so we have two really solid Superman runs. Dan Abnett is completely slaying it on Aquaman. If you guys have not read Rebirth Aquaman, what are you doing with your life?
That is a pretty solid run. It does have some follies. It may not have as many jokes, but it's a pretty solid run.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, and I mean, I didn't really need that many jokes in it, so I was like, I was like, okay, that's fine. But the point is, this is what DC looks like right now. Now, what you have to understand about Ben, okay, so the idea was Dan DiDio, one of his accomplishments, if you could call it that, was he managed to poach Brian Michael Bendis and get him away from Marvel. Now, for those who don't know, Bendis was the one that like revitalized Spider-Man with Ultimate Spider-Man. He wrote practically every Marvel event for like 10 years. The dude was a Marvel mainstay. Now, there are multiple stories about why he left Marvel, one of which was that he wanted to have an influence in the movies, but when DC, that's a hell of a Freudian slip. I'm doing all these Freudian slips the past 2 weeks. But when the MCU shut down the whole brain trust of the comic creators, he wanted to go to DC because he figured, hey, if Jeff Johns can get influence in the movies, maybe I can. Boy, am I glad that didn't happen.
Oh, God.
But can you imagine Bendis writing a Superman movie? Oh, gosh. So, yeah. So he came to DC, and this is one of the things that they even did in the comics. Bendis is coming. Little did we know how scary that one ad. Because legit, like last week, I was flipping through a Superman comic, and I saw the ad, Bendis is coming, and I shivered. I was like, ugh, that happened.
And you know, they never did a promo saying, "Good news, everyone! Bendis is leaving."
Mm-hmm. I would have. I would 100% have. I would have also marketed it. We're de-Bendising Superman. I would have legit said that.
Okay, but let's play some devil advocacy here. A lot of the baggage now, Bendis' Superman run was still bad. I'll give you that, but a lot of that baggage was trying to appease editorial to set the stage for 5G. Because even with Clark going public, Lois being in a conflict of interest because she's essentially married to Superman, none of that really had an impact. Like it barely touched anything. I mean, we got Event Leviathan, we had a few duds here and there, but outside of setup for 5G, Bendis really didn't do all that much.
Well, let's detail the books that Bendis had. Okay, so he had Action and Superman. That was your biggest mistake right there.
That is true.
Because if you had only given him, like, let's say Superman, and left Action Comics to maybe Jurgens or one of the people that were successful, then guess what you could have done? You could have at least salvaged it, because at least people would have had an escape. No, you gave him complete control over Superman, and then Bendis, Superman. Sal from Comic Pop said something very interesting. He said, I read his Man of Steel miniseries and was done. For those who don't know, so Action 1000 had a short story of Bendis with Superman fighting Rogol Zaar. It's supposed to be officially the beginning of his run, but he has characters spend like a page commenting on Superman wearing the trunks again.
Now, I can see a cheeky throwaway line, but basically it was a tangent. It was a tangent. It did not need to be just word salad for 7 panels.
And remember, also, there was notorious... Actually, you know what? I'm going to pull up a Bendis page. Bendis Superman. So that you can see how much text, how much of the actual artwork is taken up. Oh, Barry, let's not forget this. He's responsible for the revealing of Superman's secret identity, which was done purely because Bendis didn't want to do a secret identity.
Then don't have Clark Kent moments in your story.
Then don't do Superman, because that's kind of an important part of his story.
I feel like with Bendis they kind of just bent the knee just to secure the deal, and not realize.
Oh, yeah, they totally did.
And wasn't he responsible for Wonder Comics as well?
Yeah, so that's another thing. So we had Superman, and then he invented Naomi, which went nowhere, even in the show. It went literally nowhere. And so that was one thing. And then he did Wonder Comics. So they gave him Teen Titans.
Young Justice.
And I see, yeah, Young Justice. Where number one, he brought in, for some reason, all right. Speaking of Tim Drake, he had a thing where they fought like an alternate reality Tim Drake, where his name was Drake, and Tim decided to adopt that identity and wear a poop-colored supersuit.
And he is not kidding. It literally looks like shit.
I kid you. I wish I were kidding. And then he brought in the Wonder Twins, which for a book for like a Young Justice, you could think, Jared, what's wrong with that? Okay. Beyond the fact that they were a Super Friends holdover, all right, they came in Bendis' world. They came from an orgy planet. That silence should say everything you need to know.
Yeah, and for those that are actually curious about the suit, hold on, I'm actually going to screen share.
Yes, please do that. And then also, so here's the problem with Bendis. So he brought back Connor, but he's in the 90s. Here's the problem with Bendis. He infused too much of his own preferences onto the book and not what the fan base want. Yeah, that is, gosh. And his name was Drake. That's like Nick inventing a superhero identity and calling himself Gibson.
And it looks like I've won our bet, Jared.
What's up, dude?
Hey, Jared.
We had a bet that you would show up because we're talking about what if Bendis never came to DC.
Yep.
Yep.
Sorry you had to jump
yeah,
in.
Jared, it's my Pekin. It won't be joining, buddy.
What?
Yeah, I asked
yeah.
if he could join, but
that's fine. But
he couldn't
okay,
make it.
so the elephant in the room, John would still be a kid.
Yep, with Ari all for that. Let's face it,
Yeah.
John ain't on a bad name in day one. He's a 10-year-old boy. Ain't him up with a terrible idea from the start. Like, let's take great care of him up. Why? Because the tell you comment is like blowing me. Yep.
And remember, Tevia, he even revealed Superman's secret identity because he was too lazy to write it.
Yeah, that drove me in more insane. Okay, the AM John and that with the thing that broke me, but the whole reveal identity stuff was even worse. What the fuck were you smoking? We did that plot point in DCU and it's failed and stuff.
And also, here's the thing. It would be one thing if you revealed the identity and then, like, the Daily Planet was bombed because everyone knows Clark Kent works there.
Yeah.
But no.
Yeah. That
Right,
never happened.
this is Tevia and Jared rant right here, by the way.
Indeed. It's a double lamp. Because you think a plot point like that would happen. Even Leviathan. You thought Leviathan would destroy everything. But no. They don't go after John Cameron's up BS reading. They go after Superman's up BS reading. But they say, no, I'm Leviathan. It's me, Mark Shaw. Who's this guy? I don't care about Mark Shaw. I know who this guy is. He's boring.
Hey,
No, this one isn't entirely Tevy. This one is entirely Bendis' fault, but I feel like it needs to be mentioned. Even if we did factor the age up, even if we factored 5G, everything going on with DC chasing headlines the past year and a half. Okay, hold on. Let me just do this.
Oh boy.
Tell me if this actually looks like someone that's not only shady, but who isn't college age.
Yeah, he's an asshole. And a bit of a jerk.
Tevia, we've already I'm talking.
Where is that was that? But let me.
Okay, so basically,
who is the older one in this relationship?
The one with the pink hair.
Yep.
Because he's like 21, like he's college.
I mean, technically, John did age normally because he was stuck in the volcano with Ultraman for like years, but it's still creepy.
It's still creepy and fucked up and long.
I don't know whether it was a blatant retcon or they just said, "Oh, he's just physically aged up." So I have no real confirmation on that.
There would be one thing also if they made it so Jay was like a super villain that was trying to get Superman on Superboy. I refuse to call him Superman. Superboy. Thank you. So Superboy on his side to like do some nefarious BS, but no.
That'd be the point I trigger because, hey, we can't make this guy a villain. If we do that, it'll make all bisexual guy bad. Dude, the guy with pink hair, like they're the villain. The guy who's smiling with the thing exploding.
Now, Wes from Thinking Critical, one of the people on his panel had this funny idea. What if he actually bathed his hair in pink kryptonite?
I was saying that for years.
It would be great.
It would be great.
Tom Taylor wouldn't have the balls, but if he did.
We see Jen Emma without pink hair.
Oh my gosh. But here's my biggest problem with Bendis at DC. He started so many things that could have been cool. That's the sad part. But no, and then he took a plot point like Mr. Oz and completely destroyed it. Because remember, it was supposed to be like Ozymandias, I think. But no, it's Joel. What? Where is this?
Wait. The Toronto Eye with the Oz effect. That's the artifact story.
But wasn't that
Bendis
also...
came in and destroyed that story.
All right. Well, the point... That's how... Well, she also ruined everything. But that's how I would... If I could summarize Bendis' run in DC in one sentence, that's the title of a YouTube show, Bendis ruins everything.
Yep, indeed.
Which is sad because I know he's a competent writer. And then
he used to be a comic writer, but not anymore. He wrote a lot bad. Civil War 2, crap. Secret Empire, not Secret Empire. Secret Invasion, not good. A bad event.
Secret Invasion was good. I
Civil War 2?
Yeah, he wrote Civil War 2, all the crap.
But
also he wrote the X-Men book. The X-Men books. Holy shit! What a shit show at the end of Bendis.
You mean when he brought it when he had Jean Grey out Bobby Drake?
Yeah, that happened. But what? What the hell are you smoking? Oh my god, that's horrible.
That's actually ironic because he literally helps Megan Fitzmartin get in DC, and she essentially rips off the same concept.
Let's talk about this real quick. How many creators would not have come to DC? Kelly Sue DeConnick would not have had her paws on Aquaman, which, yes, because we would have still had Dan Abnett, which we all know that was awesome.
Yeah, I did a good job, Aquaman.
Megan Fitzmartin, we've already established multiple times.
Yes, I think by this, if you've watched any of our channels, you know our opinions on Megan Fitzmartin as a DC writer.
I refuse to read issue 10. Issue 10 ago, I did not read that book on my channel because it would have broke my brain way more than Taylor does. Mm-hmm. Taylor made a book with John, but the Tim Drake book, after issue 1, I can't review this. This book is shit. They're already horrible. The writing is crap. It would drive me insane.
Okay, at least I swear,
what I would do, I swear, I'm so sorry, what I would do is that if I were running DC, I would have an event. I would remove these people from their books and then put in the ads, Bendis, Fitzmartin, and DeConnick are leaving. You think I would have an event? We are completely eliminating these people from ever being, we are eliminating all their contributions to DC.
Yeah, all the stuff they did for the past couple of decades, gone. Not decades, years. Because they're a lot of years, my bad. Not decades, they're be like 50, 80
It feels like a decade, Tevye. It feels like...
Yeah, it's definitely a decade. God almighty time for us.
I'm surprised I don't have gray hair at this point dealing with these people.
Same. I'm surprised as well. I thank God I saw my hair.
But I will give you this. Son of Kal-El actually had a story. It was a Jay Nakamura revenge story with John.
It wasn't a John story at all.
Again, it was a Jay Nakamura story. But Tim Drake Robin is just publicity nonsense.
It was publicity nonsense. It made no sense.
And the sad part, speaking of that, and this is more in like DC wasting it, because remember, and like I think it was at the beginning of Infinite Frontier, the first issue with Wonder Woman, they showed that like it was predicted that he would become a supervillain or like a dictator. That would be cool. Because can you imagine?
Frontier issue 1.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine Superman returning from Warworld, finding out his son is a dictator?
That would have to be a problem, and then the twist. The twist is this ain't John. This is Earth 3 John Kent from the Earth 3 who tortured, manipulated, and treated like a weapon. Actually, and all John is a wizard and trapped out there alone needs help.
Actually, you know it's kind of funny. The Earth 3 thing. That's honestly the easiest way they could reverse this.
Because I've been saying for years. That's the solution. I even have fan comment that did the exact same concept. Granted, time travel stuff, but the time travel stuff they made more of a center smart.
Time travel! I had to J-Heap because you don't have that clip.
Yep.
Appreciate it. But,
I just wouldn't have. I'm sorry, go ahead, you were talking.
I just feel like that a lot of this just stemmed from 5G baggage, and a lot of bad creators just ended up contracted because they were from Marvel. And they had distinct, and they could help, with try to cater a new audience, basically.
Which failed.
And I understand the objectivity of it all, but this was just a very bad course to take.
Yep. And to make it 10 times worse, all the things that they did to contribute to DC have done jack and shit. That book failed miserably. The John Ever film, which John is never going to last forever. That book will fail. Like, the second you did a General it was a death sentence. Like, you can't let John be Superman. It doesn't work. I'm sorry. The John that I know, 10-year boy take I say today, this is John Kent, not your imposter who no one can a damn at. This is John I want to follow.
Yeah, and adding on to that, and I've said this on Nerdette Stream, and I will stand by the statement forever. You can't have two superheroes share the same mantle. Flash is a different story. I would prefer
a different story as well.
Yeah, I would prefer if for Flash there was only one person having the Flash identity. Green Lantern is the only one where it makes sense because it's a military force. Superman and Aquaman and Batman doesn't work because if I were to go into my street right here, obviously in the daytime, and go, okay, so who's Superman, who's Batman, and who's Aquaman? Well, they probably would not know who Aquaman is, but they would know, okay, Clark Kent, Bruce Wayne, Ace Fox, who was invented just so they can have a black Batman, and not John Kent.
Yeah, it wouldn't work because John is Superboy, Connor is Superboy. Like, Young Justice gave me Young Justice acting on time for that. And so did the Superman movie. Superboy. Not Superman. I'm sorry, DC. You can't take it. It doesn't work that way. No matter how you try to John Superman, it doesn't work. What? Is the one with the new Superman? Here's a fuck. You make King Kong. Wait a minute. With King Kong, with Chinese Superman, he's Superman in that country over there. Use him. Oh wait, no, you got rid of him.
How about this? How about this? Elevate Connor. Give him something to do.
Make him Superman for himself.
But given what editorial wanted, they probably would have gone a specific direction with him in 10. But so why risk?
Luckily, we don't have to worry about that anymore.
Unfortunately, yeah. You know what? I would have been fine with that couple, but without my mom, even though I know, 9 will freak out again. But honestly, it's better than nothing. It's better than a Bernard bullshit. He's boring.
I got a better ship for you that actually was working. Tim and Stephanie.
Tim and Stephanie Brown. Yeah, that too. Yeah.
You had that going, and they break off panel. That's my biggest pet peeve.
That made me angry. The man finding out, pissed off.
Yeah, it's like my biggest pet peeve when it's DeCamu, Superman, Wonder Woman, or it's like Tim Drake and Stephanie when they break off screen, when they have key plot points off screen. That pisses me off.
Yep.
But going back to Bendis' Superman, wasn't there also a thing where they were implying that Lois and Lex were having an affair or something like that?
I forgot that was a thing. I forgot that.
I broke Tevia. Oh jeez. Yeah, I know.
Oh God, I forgot.
I'm like, who thinks this is a good idea?
What the fuck? And the make it 10 worse. The fact when George confronted his own wife, the fact when he tried to explain the situation with our son, see your plan and expense. What? No way! How would I know about his own son spit on madman? No, Bendis.
He's like, I wish you wouldn't go. He's like, I wish you wouldn't go. Then stop them.
Yeah,
you're Superman, dude.
You're Superman, guy. You can control your own son. Okay, wait, not control.
And then wait, it gets worse, Tevia. Tevia, you forgot a very key point. When Lois comes back from space, she doesn't let Clark know she's back. He just finds her. She's like, I needed some time to myself. And I'm like, hey, Bendis, I see that you really want to break up Superman and Lois. I'm fine with that. But don't do this whole will they, won't they BS. Take a position and commit to it.
Don't let her abandon her own son and spit on madman. Wait a second! I realize something. The fact that John Atkins made Robo, for God's sake, which I should be going to help John, I don't even know Robo as a jerk. I went out for that. John went to go home. But you help him go home? Bullshit! The agreement with help John to get back home and do it with Mr. Odds. Don't even never would have abandoned him into a madman. It makes no sense. It's like, what the fuck? Then the Megan said I would be the Ozora plotline.
I think I need to take over before Teddy has an end.
What the fuck? Ozora is a terrible villain. I hate Ozora. He's so awful. So stupid.
My Achilles heel with Bendis is Legion. Like you had the perfect opportunity.
That too.
John coming into his own.
Planet? I had to, Jay Heat. I'm sorry. I just had to bring that up. You cannot bring up Legion of Superheroes without that.
Yep.
What is wrong? I don't get it. What is with Bendis and having different characters inappropriately have sex? I don't get that.
I don't get that either.
Because these new generations of comic creators are either fanfic writers or smut. I'll say
it. Well, here's the thing though. Speaking of reading books, but the thing that pissed me off way more, besides the John Kent stuff, sound good bullshit out that was a show before 29 funny. It's the thing when John Kent said and with Damien Wayne's mind. What? Bullshit! Jordan would never let his best friend mind get erased. The fact that we didn't mind and he went back to the planet and he didn't go back with them? Fuck you, Bendis! John and I wouldn't know that. You guys are assholes! Screw you, Legion. I'm going home with my best friend. Let the John Island will go back to his best friend. Not we're in the future. Especially friend after they wasted mine. What a little crap. Ow. It's so fucking stupid. I blame. Ugh.
Well, that's just DC editorial, dude. I'm still
That
trying to
too.
understand
Yeah.
what the Legion of Doofuses does.
Yeah, I forgot what that. Well,
A lot of this was
we got the
5G.
cookdown stuff.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of this could just be 5G in of itself, but still, Bendis did not help the situation at all.
He made it worse.
Which, hey, at least he made it to the point where no one wanted 5G. That's a good thing.
That's
Even
a
when
good thing,
DC
yeah.
tried to like camouflage it as, oh no, we're doing 5G. It's just called Future State.
But Future State sucked.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Wait a
to be
minute.
fair,
Bendis was all about Future State. He wrote Reason bringing up in that awful future too. Who I know it's shit. I hate Future State.
Mm-hmm.
to be fair, they pretty much tried to crap the whole thing out in 2 months. So a lot of that was just execution than anything.
Mm-hmm.
They're all horrible. They're one good Future State book with the Superman Wonder Woman book with the John and Y'all 4, which is weird.
The Superman and Wonder Woman books are always good.
Yeah, I'll give it that. You know, I don't want to do it the show. I'll give it credit. Even if you try to do something different, it failed.
Hey, it
You
outsold
haven't
every
given
book
me
with Super. Hey, it outsold Superman and Lois and the Superman book from Rebirth.
I still made it was better, and I always fight the tooth and nail.
You can
Yeah,
say
well,
it's better. I'm just saying
it is.
sales-wise was the way these companies think it's sales, and
That's
yeah. And Sewell was like, it wasn't about sales. It was just they want different directions, so they ignored money. That's the pissed off part.
true.
They ignored money.
Yep.
Somehow.
We just super passes. Oh, again.
Okay. Tom Taylor has an ego problem.
He does.
I
Yeah.
cannot refute that. But you have world recognition, CNN, Fox News, MSNBC, and your book is nothing but a shelf title at best and preaching on a pedestal for pretty much half of it at worst.
Yep.
Like,
And to make it done on Word, the story was still kind of boring. It didn't get finished. Okay, it finished, but in the most stupid way possible.
Finished.
Yeah,
But
finished.
it's funny is that
It
I got into it with a bunch of John as Superman fans, by the way, on Discord once a little while ago,
Oh, boy.
and I said that okay, the story's not going anywhere and it's not selling. They tried to impress me by saying it's in the top 25. I'm like, it's Superman. Okay,
it's
Superman.
number 1.
Superman should be like in the top 10. Forget number 1. It should be in the top 10.
Yeah, top 10.
I'm
But
like,
that book tanked.
but don't worry, comics are doing just fine.
I don't think so. Look, I don't follow comics. I'm not a Bendis channel. I refuse to binge. Bendis channel bored me. But that's not a topic I don't want to cover. But, yeah, that book did not help. The one good Superman we got on, man, they were Action Comics. Action Comics, which was saying smart, because they had brain! And PKJ was a good writer. I said PKJ way more than Taylor. Even though he reviewed the left on Bendis' average distance, which I wish he did. But I didn't want to respect Bendis' writing. And he dealt with the card he had. He tried to fix John. I bet he could. Even though the situation was so broken, he tried.
but I just feel
Oh,
like,
yeah, speaking of Bendis, we forgot about Naomi.
I mentioned it. I gave it about
Briefly.
as much attention as DC gave Naomi.
Ow.
that character, one, I will commend the fact that she's a tribute character to Dwayne McDuffie, so I will give editorial some credence for that. But more importantly, some characters or plot lines were made either from rejected TV scripts or specifically so they could spin off directly into a TV show. And I think
With
the
that
best.
failed miserably.
Remember, Naomi was literally titled Season 1.
And then we have Season 2.
And you know what's hilarious? Remember when Bendis tried to put her on the Justice League, even though she's a teenager?
Yeah, that made no sense. That made me angry. Why?
That's what Bendis will do. He will put his OCs in every team he's writing.
Yeah, he did at the end. And okay, not old in the old man he could do whatever he wanted. I was fine with that. But in the main event with the Avengers, I know it's a bad idea. Well, okay, that's not true. Jessica Jones was a good character. He created that character, so I'll let that one pass.
The best thing I could say about Bendis is that although he is a creative, although he has impact, he has fallen off in age.
He had fallen off in age, indeed.
And that's just the objective truth of it. Oh,
Yeah.
The only thing John Samuel Kent has only seen in Dan Jurgens' run.
In Action Comics, which is fantastic, great story.
Arguably, Dan Jurgens is one of those other writers who I think is a little overhyped or has kind of fallen off in age.
LAG understands when we got to trust him way more than Taylor. We got to get young John Kent in Action Comics. Yay for me. But the story is great. I love the story. You get even John captured, he's still the hero. I know, trying to get dad to help him, and he did awesome. That's the John I love way more than Taylor bullshit. Taylor bullshit is just preachy. Injustice Harley Quinn. I bring you up, but make me not be born because reasons. It's already pretty when John Kent issue 5. I read pretty that book. That's the exact same thing I'm rehashing. I'm rehashing. You get my point.
Yeah, I got it.
I got it.
Which, I was thinking it's debate by the end of the miniseries. Two things happen. One, Judge Superman does get stopped by John. With that's impossible. That wouldn't make any sense. Or option B, John said, "This world is screwed. I can't save it. The world is dead. So I'm gonna ban it, but I'm gonna help get Earth to Valzad and move it to Earth to World Terrain Red Tornado out of the fan zone, and then they're gonna leave, and then Injustice happens. The game happens. Wait, but that didn't make any sense because my brain is confused. How come it just time I did now? But I enjoyed it, and I did it a bad idea. My brain. Jay, what's your prediction of that series will end?
Adventures of John Kent. It's a shelf title. It's a pity series. Well, it's a pity series for a shelf title. That's the ironic thing. But
yep, that too.
The only way I could see this ending is if you just pull a Deus Ex Machina and just have Flash create another Flashpoint and just
that's the only solution.
I just don't see this really ending because it's not really going to be relevant to Injustice itself. It's not going to be referenced in any of the games.
Yeah.
John might get a guest DLC, but that's about the most that's ever going to go. And even if we did get an Injustice 3 down the line, you have to go off the Brainiac Superman ending because Kevin Conroy's passed away. So unless you got a sound alike, you can't go in any other direction.
Which is sad. I'm looking forward to more Batman ending. That ending actually sounds fantastic. I love that ending. But with Kevin Conroy gone, it won't be the same. It just breaks my heart.
I feel like if they knew Adventures of John Kent was going to tank after Son of Kal-El, so they cut Injustice in the attempt to boost sales.
Also, Ultraman got killed off because, fuck it. We're not going to finish the Ultraman story. We're going to kill him off because we don't know what to do. We don't want to deal with Bendis properly anymore. Then why the hell should you address the properly and try to fix it if you want to kill Ultraman? Bring in Judge Superman involved in Bendis. What was the point of the Ultraman story if they're going to fix it? John didn't confront the trauma. He didn't fix anything. He didn't confront the monster. He got knocked out and no, Ultraman, I'm impressed. You are just talking to me, but no, I'm going to make you suffer, John. I'm going to make you suffer. When I get back to your Earth, I'm going to kill your mother, and I'll be your true father. Then Judgment, no. Bam, snap his neck. Great! You wicked Ultraman to be judged on not you, Superman. Control your effing rating, Taylor. Bravo. What am I doing, Ultraman again? Wait a second. That makes no sense. Because War of Earth 3, you're talking on Earth 3. How did he escape? I'm confused. I'm lost. What's happening?
Well,
Connect the dots.
by the way, it just got confirmed that James Gunn and DC Studios are skipping San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah,
Yeah,
They
they're
are.
skipping it. They're not doing Hall H.
that makes sense. Dante Bendis 2.0. Yeah, I agree.
I feel like with certain writers like Tom Taylor, they want to be the next Alan Moore, but no one is the next Alan Moore.
Alan Moore actually more is a perfectionist. He perfected
Even
writing.
Alan Moore is not the next Alan Moore, if you catch my drift.
That is true, yeah.
But deconstruction storytelling, at least with the big two, can only be used like, oh, what if a certain character has to deal with this? How would they react to it? There's a specific reason why you would tell a deconstruction type story. But
Deconstruction has been done to death at this point.
I just feel like that Dawn of DC is giving it's a different direction. But
And
even
better.
with lackluster executives, lackluster creatives, it still wouldn't have changed 5G and people's reaction to it. I feel that is
Yeah.
my one devil's advocate. That wouldn't have changed anything.
5G was a fair experiment from day one. From the minute you conceived, it was doomed to fail. Like, it's better to get all new argument more, we mentioned multiple times on this podcast and then I discussed in Sonic Carl. It was better to get a excuse to, like, let's make new candidates and do all new argument with DC. That is a bad idea. You know how many people pissed off about that? Oh, wait, lots of people. It'll be a whole shit show like all no different. It's an all no different with the all no different. None of the all no different. The only person all no different was the only mobile, which is good. And my wife. But that's it. Everything else, nothing. Nothing changed. Spidey was still crap. The all no different. Iron Man was. Actually, Iron Man.
Wait, didn't the writer from Titans Academy was contracted with Bendis, or did he end up coming to DC on his own?
I forget. I don't remember.
Came for DC but on his own. I do know we wouldn't have. I know for sure we wouldn't have DeConnick on Aquaman.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Also, Titans would not been destroyed. Think the Herald and Clay would mess everything up. And
wait, Heroes in Crisis, that was someone else. Heroes in Crisis was Tom King.
Tom King, yeah. But here's the thing, though. There was a plan with Herald and Clay with more mental health story. Not the murder mystery. That was the deal plan. The deal after that story over.
Yeah, I said in my review of Heroes in Crisis, take out the Wally West stuff, and it's actually a pretty good story.
In a vacuum.
That's why I said if what happened to Wally in the past had not happened, I think people would have been more receptive to that story.
It should have been more about mental health, not a murder mystery story that went nowhere.
I just feel like it was a ripoff of Identity Crisis.
Yeah, it was an Identity Crisis, that too. Yeah, it was.
But that was a much darker story.
Both stories are bad, but for different reasons.
It wasn't even a crisis.
True. Actually, the thing about both Identity Crisis and Hero were not a crisis. They were just crisis in name only.
Yeah. And the ones that are crisis, DC doesn't label as crisis. Like, I got news for you. Death metal is a crisis.
It is.
Yeah, but not the death metal. But metal itself is a crisis. But the little metal is a classic. I like that story.
The way I define a crisis.
One at a time, gentlemen. Jared, go ahead.
The way I define crisis is if it involves the multiverse at threat. That is a crisis.
True. Dark Crisis was not a crisis. It was a confusing mess that made no sense.
No, Dark Crisis was a ripoff of death metal. It's literally retreading it. You're just using a different name.
And undoing the whole omniverse, everything is canon BS.
Which is a good thing, I don't even a bad idea because everything's canon. That makes no sense.
What about Wonder Woman?
One at a time.
What about Wonder Woman's 25 origins? Which one of those are canon?
It doesn't make any sense because you think that was my brain. That was even more confusing than the whole Then open the army with DCU. But that compared to that setting and actually everything's canon. That makes no sense. You can't have Bendis 352 happen if New 52 happen. They don't connect at all. We just trying to get rid of what the fuck. God, my point is with convert. Okay, convert is that same thing, but then Death Bird is that same thing. Stop repeating the same pattern the deal did. They're both failures. Wait a minute. Actually, did Death Metal alter him the future state? It did, didn't it, right?
I think Future State was just a resalvaging.
And by the way, I can tell you right now, because I did the analysis on it, New 52 did not fail. It succeeded in its job, which was to increase sales for that moment and get more people on the books. It happened. It did that.
Did it implode? Yes. Was there fan base backlash? Yes.
Yeah.
But I'd say New 52 was commercially salvageable if they had a direction. A new direction.
There was no direction. They said, screw it. We're going to screw it. We're going to throw everything out the window except Batman Green Lantern. You can't do that. That makes no sense because you work company, those good reasons. That means the story don't work. Because China's only brand wouldn't exist. Oh, wait. You indicated because you didn't understand this. Bravo, New 52. Bravo. Oh, see now all the shit showed well. And New 52 boy. It's all sad because. Oh my God.
I think we should move on to a new topic. Why did Bendis at DC ultimately not work?
Because here's the thing about DC as opposed to Marvel. Marvel's more loose with their canon than DC is. You can't, because here's the problem with Bendis. He ignored plot points that should have affected his stuff, like that should have affected Superman or that. He just ignores other canon. You can get away with that at Marvel. You can't at DC.
Yeah. My God, but Bendis got rid of it to make the art that was very angry because that story was important for Clark Kent's story and John's story and the Lord Wayne's story. You got rid of the whole platform with the whole video, Mr. Odd, that's stupid. The crime syndicate come out there made no sense because at the Darkseid War, crime syndicate Earth 3 was blown up. No, not Darkseid War, it was Forever Evil. We thought Earth 3 was destroyed by the Anti-Monitor. But then in Bendis Superman, Earth 3 to live. But that didn't make any sense. Earth 3 got blown up. The crime syndicate was dead. Young Justice had the crime syndicate dead, but he knew the crime syndicate. I'm sorry, that makes no sense either, because right now I remember the crime syndicate doesn't exist. Why do you have a crime syndicate Young Justice book, Young Justice team, and your Young Justice book, but in your best Superman book, you kind of lot. It doesn't make any sense.
Breathe. Breathe.
Oh my God.
Okay, let's think of it like this. Every time there's a multiversal threat, we restore the status quo, cosmic reset button. So let's take Wonder Comics, for example. While Earth 3 was being recruited by Apex, Lex, and Perpetua, you had the Earth 3 Young Justice team, and that's how that little adventure happens. And for some reason, Tim decides to rebrand himself based off of waterfowl. Granted, I know there's not that many bird names to go off on, but a duck?
Seriously, a duck.
Duck.
And to make it worse, he got an evil Earth 3 counterpart. Why would you name yourself after the evil Earth 3 counterpart, idiot? And a moron.
Say what you will about Bendis. Say what you will about Megan Fitzmartin. But this is one of the few times I am actually taking the gloves off. Hence why this is called a blazing rant.
Oh boy, it'll be fun.
I'm excited. I love when Jay Heat goes on rants.
Yep.
Dan DiDio, I'm sure you're a great executive, and you were able to stir the right direction for the most part. But all new, all different. But copying all new, all different. Excuse me. What the absolute fuck?
Nice. Yeah, the initiative that failed.
No. This crash and burned, regurgitated, killed with fire, vomited, and a strutting corpse for 3 years. And you want to do that with the Justice League? You might as well file for bankruptcy and sell off the rights to the characters at this point. And I see. Sorry, I need a minute.
Yeah, it's just no. That's the astounding part that DC was so desperate to copy Marvel that they copied the parts of Marvel that didn't work at all. I'm flabbergasted sometimes with what DC does, particularly with that.
Yep. Oh. Yeah. And copy mode or the death sentence, because the Frankenstein mode with the terrible ideas would even work. You copy one more day, but for Superman. Are you high? That is a bad idea on day one. Wait, what? Okay. They may have not copy one more day exactly with the whole Mr. Odd bullshit, but if you think about actually coming from Spider-Man bullshit with Mephisto, you can put Mephisto for Mr. Odd, but for Superman. You copy a plot point for a horrible story that only won and just try to destroy this main couple for your terrible agenda, which made no sense. And you destroy Superman family for your horrible agenda. Because you want like a single Superman. Because you're coming hack. Why does everything come back to Marvel? It's just insane. But Spidey, no Superman. Ugh, not fair. And after my opinion got destroyed. You should have a great team of crap. Why? For fun? Not fair.
All right. Editorial madness aside, this is what happens when you have little to no content. Your overarching plan by your editor-in-chief pretty much implodes and falls apart, and you have nothing else to put out. Yep. And I could have worded that better. Even so, I just feel like that at least the editorial staff just made the best out of a bad situation. I'm not saying it was good. I think this was a lose-lose all across the board. But ultimately, they did what they could. And now with Dawn of DC, they're going in an improved direction. Even though they're killing all momentum with Night Terrors with over 50 fucking tie-ins.
Oh my god!
Tevye, did you see those 2 pages that basically outlined all the tie-ins? It gave me a heart attack.
Yeah, I saw that. I said, "What the fuck? This is way too huge. Even for me, I'm not gonna cover all these books. I would go insane. That would drive me actually more insane than Future State. Future State is a horrible thing that made no fucking sense. But Night Terrors? No, I'm not gonna read all that. That would drive me mad than Dark Crisis. Wait, Future State had a lot of tie-ins. Right, a lot of tie-ins made no sense of garbage.
Hold on, let me see if I can find the list. Give me a second.
Yeah, maybe screen share on this one. We're going to count. And the fact that Night Terror is interrupting all the books just makes me sad, because we did this shit before with Convergence. But to be fair, Convergence we gave me at the thing that I won, gave me that Superman. So I won. And won with Flash book. Even though that book didn't matter anymore because, well, I got Robert back in Rebirth, so it is for me, and I got Robert's kid back. It's amazing. And yay, that book is fantastic. But then okay, he didn't read the book. DC told him to read the book.
And speaking of a few titles, Talim, I probably butchered that. I apologize. But this is just a brief checklist of Night Terrors. Let me know when y'all can see my screen.
Okay.
Night Terror checklist. Dawn issue, not just better than we comment there. You got that issue. It's fine. First Blood, Batman issue 1, Robin issue 1, Joker issue 1, Put Ivy. Holy shit, that's a lot.
And that's just Tuesday.
What?
Okay, what's Wednesday?
No, then you have the week after. This is like weekly, like 4 weeks.
Jesus Christ, that's too much.
This is just July alone. This is going to carry all the way into August.
Oh, goody. My month. Happy birthday to me.
Oh, happy birthday. Happy early birthday.
Happy early birthday, Tavia.
Yeah, because August 18th, my birthday. So that's when the Wolverine movie comes out. I'm glad to cover all that from August. I'm not covering all that. Don't drive me insane.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 20.
23.
Wait a minute. 2, 4.
46 tie-ins.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Wait,
46
the
tie-ins?
last time I've seen this many tie-ins was King in Black.
Wait, how many times was that?
I think King in Black had like 20 tie-ins, if I remember correctly. Oh, plus the Alpha and Omega issues. Yeah, that's 48. Jesus Christ.
Are we in the 90s again? This is the
Oh, and by the
90s
way,
over again.
Can we stop on the whole Alpha and Omega things? Because that's making it really hard to place these where they go in.
Yeah, we did it before in the 90s.
Okay.
The 90 Alpha Omega issues.
But this is Thinking Critical did a great video on this where the Alpha, whereas event fatigue, they don't really have the same impact as they used to, and Alpha and Omegas are just basically an excuse to crap out new number ones and ride off the speculation market.
With the speculation market, it burst in the 90s. It'll burst again after this in a decade or this decade. Again, having not learned my mistake from the 90s, why do you make the same mistake over and over and over and over?
Let's see. Creatives, lack of quality. Don't really. Jim Lee is just now becoming editor-in-chief, so there's still a bit of a transition there. Yeah. Executive infighting behind the scenes. There's a lot of mess going on right now.
Yeah.
All right, but anyway, guys, I gotta go because I have work in the morning. But I'll see you, gentlemen, around.
All right. Yep. Thanks for stopping by.
See ya.
Next time, bye.
I think we can keep going, Tevye.
Yeah, we can keep going. Let's keep going.
Plus, it's Night Terrors covering the main issues, covering the main series. So you have the main series, Alpha and Omega. This is going to be every bit 50 to 55 bucks.
Yeah, I'm not paying all that. No way in hell. Peter, I want to do the next Dark Knight series. Wait, what Dark Knight series?
I think he's talking like Death Metal and Dark Knight's Metal.
Oh, Dark Knight Metal and Death Metal. Yeah. It feels that way to think about it. Dark Knight is excellent as well. There are time. Wait, how many times work for that event?
Not that many. Everything was compressed in the main book. I mean, you had a few sprinkled here and there, but they weren't issues into themselves.
Yeah, dating back the main book. The main book was all left alone. And even though I didn't like that did frustrate me as a reader. At the same time, you know what? I took that compromise because I still get the read action card that was good. The man that comes that book is shit anyway. That book cannot be saved. But I got an event that's not enjoyed in the books. Even though that makes no sense, because that completely destroyed Double Justice Degree. Wait a minute. Wait. You want a Double Justice Degree? Commit to it. At least commit to all the characters being lagging to their deaths. My brain.
I get they want to buy time because not only part of their rebranding campaign, but Dawn of DC in of itself officially kicks off in September. But Jesus Christ.
This is overkill.
I am sick of the mistreatment of Damian Wayne. Okay, I'm just gonna say this. Damian Wayne does not work as a villain. An antagonist, yes. A smartass, definitely.
A best friend to Billy John on his best friend, the son of Superman, yes.
But I will say this: for all his angst, attitude, and basically just being a jerk, who wasn't that way, especially young males when they were his age range, which is 14 to 16 years old? Who wasn't that way at that age? Damian is pretty three-dimensional, and he actually acts his age instead of just being an archetypal sidekick.
Yeah, he helped John actually John actually helped him get through his insecurities. They both banned each other best friends, not as enemies. Especially with enjoy Damon Wayne. Okay, see the thing about that. Enjoy Damon Wayne being an asshole and a complete scumbag and a monster. But at least John tried to help him, even though that backfired because spoilers. Enjoy Damon Wayne does not kill Jay Nakamura. Oh, please kill him. I'll be happy. I have a mercy killing. If you kill Jay Nakamura, I'll be happy.
To be fair, it's a doppelganger who's just a regular kid. He's not really.
No,
he hasn't really done anything.
That's a problem. Shit. Wait a minute. The Ultimate Son. How is he even here? Why is he even in this universe? Should he not exist?
Tom Taylor forced him as an exposition dump as to why the Batman side is right and Superman's side is wrong.
Even though you could have Kathy, aka Beacon, be the one to tell John this, his best friend, another girlfriend after you should exist. I miss Cappy. It's not fair. We lost Cappy for bullshit.
Wait, I don't even think John. Okay, Kathy Beacon. That's from the Jurgen Superman run.
No, Tomasi.
Oh, Tomasi. Thank you.
Yep.
They were just children. She was just the girl next door at the farm. I don't even think they had feelings for each other.
Actually, they did have feelings for each other.
A crush, maybe. I would have to go for the run again. But yeah, I don't think Kathy or even Maya Descartes have been used since Gleason left.
Which is a sad, depressing. These characters deserve better. They were the character I fell in love with next to John and Cappy. That's the cover I'm rooting for. Fuck Jay Nakamura. Give me John and Cappy back, damn it. I'm waiting.
And let's see what other people's opinions are in the chat. Yeah. This is officially going to be a open panel. So if anyone wants to come in, have anything they have to say, talk about Damian Wayne, talk about Night Terrors, the treatment of Damian Wayne trying to salvage old 5G plot lines, we'd love to hear what you have to say.
Bendispoint.
Again, we'd love to hear what you have to say.
Yep.
But I just feel like DC is the Dawn of DC is the initiative, is the direction they need to be. They shouldn't try to just because. I just think we should have saved Night Terrors at least for October.
Continue October event. Yeah.
Because that way, one, it's more marketable, and two, it's Halloween. It's a self-contained event that'll last the whole month.
Oh, yeah, it's a horror story.
Yeah, it just makes sense. But they don't. Joshua Williamson, he wants to be an event guy. He really does.
Which I give him all to try to do. It's one event, and that's great. But trying to connect every single book to this event is a bad idea. It's going to kill the line again. And we just got the line back to a good spot right now. The books were good. Flash was amazing with Jimmy Ann, but before you took them off the books of B.S. Williams and Cy Spurrier, who I don't trust because Cy Spurrier's writing is so goddamn boring. Nobody gets the guy to put it. I never get the guy to put it. I'm never going to be it. Do not actually tell him to put it. No, don't do that. That's just mean and stupid. But, God almighty, I don't want to on Flash. That scared me. I won't be wrong about this, what we do.
They probably wouldn't do this, but what if the villain of Night Terrors is just Heretic by a different name?
Heretic? Oh yeah, the clone who died. And then
he did come back in the Adam Glass run.
Didn't they bury that one to the ground? I don't
know. It's kind of ambiguous. He fell into a chasm with the Book of the Damned, but after that he never showed his face again. He's kind of presumed dead, but hey, if we don't see a body, there's no proof saying that they're dead.
I don't want Heretic to be the main villain. Not a bad. Heretic's so goddamn boring. But Heretic only had one job: to kill Damian Wayne. Which he did. But they got head chopped off. I tell you, who should have been left to stay dead. Bringing Heretic back, they feel doing Grant Morrison great work. Stop touching Grant Morrison's work. Leave it alone. Ugh. It's like the honor Mr. Oz are much worse. Okay, to come back down. If you had to pick between Bendis and Glass, who would you choose? I must say I hate Glass's book. That book will destroy me. I think his shit over Bendis stuff any day. Even though I'm going to believe all the garbage of the Marines. Because they both destroyed the kid. Didn't get destroyed. John got destroyed. Well, Bendis.
Wait, you would reread issue 20 onward, which was the Adam Glass run, over everything Bendis has done at DC?
If I had to pick a poison, if I had to choose between both bad books for different reasons, I hate to say it. I don't really got this train wreck because I can make fun of it. Bendis would just drove me crazy to the point of insanity. Oh wait, it did. It drove me insanity to the point it broke me.
Well, there was also Teen Lantern from.
Oh yeah, that from the Young Justice book, which failed. Where's Teen Lantern now? I forget where she is.
She was in Scott Ridley's Green Lantern run, but since then I haven't seen that character that much.
Oh yeah, she wasn't a John Stewart book. That went nowhere. That Green Lantern book made no sense. The more thing I don't want to wait, why does somebody get born up again? Why did everybody born apart again? Why John Stewart away from what's happening? And why is he a new guy now? Who John Stewart? Why did you John? Wait, what's happening? It made no sense. It was said to cut the fuck. Oh my god. That could end up I didn't buy that other one. Jeremy Thorne wrote that. Jeremy Thorne was so bad.
But Teen Lantern is originally a creation of Patrick Gleason. Really? I thought Bendis created her. Huh.
No, Patrick Green created the character.
Huh. But
and then Teen Lantern got fallen on the wayside. What?
But who's
if
more?
You really want a new Grand character, just have to cadet but a band Superstar be the new Green Lantern. He's probably a better character than Teen Lantern. But get Teen Lantern. She's boring.
Tevia, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think we're getting another Super Son series. I think that series is dead. It's run its course. The appeal isn't the same. The only way you could ever use the Super Sons in any way is in either Elseworld stories or if John gets
or time travel.
He created the character before Bendis Young Justice. Okay, thanks for clearing that up, Tell him. Thank you for clearing that up. But I just don't think Super Sons is likely. I think that's just a short-term thing. It's run its course. It has its fans. Believe me, it has its fans. But don't parade a dead IP and a desperate attempt to make a lackluster pity series break even. That's where I draw the line.
Yeah. Van John created that in the pity series, and that's not going to help. It's not the Super Sons. The real Super Sons were in the Flash book. But that's the Super Sons. That's my team. That's Super Sons. Not this injustice bullshit that made no sense.
Wait. Are you talking about that one shot? Are you talking about that self-contained story in Flash 797?
Mm-hmm. Yep. The Super Kids.
I don't even think that was a... Huh. I honestly don't know.
I can screenshot it.
Oh, go ahead, by all means. But
No. Found it. Ta-da.
But then the second thing is if you ask them, they were like perfectly happy.
Yeah, they were.
So that was the good news. Only you and I were like.
See?
I see. Oh, okay. John is punching a random villain across the page.
I love it so much. I want that to be a trouble. I would take that at the meeting.
Sorry, you kind of glitched out for the second. What were you saying there? Your audio kind of gave out.
Fuck. Yeah. I want I and John bring a couple. That's so cute.
They just get flustered for a panel. I don't really see. I'm not gonna go into specifics, but
Yeah.
is that a huh?
That is Maxine. Okay.
Animal Girl.
Animal Girl. Yep.
I could see the premise if DC and editorial greenlit this like 2, maybe 3 years ago. But all this is just a bunch of preteens palling around and getting into mischief. That's really all this is.
But I'm all for that, baby. It's such a great story. It's so adorable. It makes me happy. It's such a great book. And it's driving me insane that we want this team. Now get the team back. Why? It's right there. It's right in front of you, DC. Just give me the Superman team back. But just your terrible bandana, that book died. When that book dies, bring this team back. And you want to have two John Kents? Fine. Then do it. I'll be up for it. I can have Jupiter 1 so I get my John Kent back. While the will this impossible to go away. Problem solved. Everybody wins. Money, please. It's easy money right there.
But would it sell though?
Yep, it would sell. It would sell gangbusters.
Overshare. Overshare. Overshare.
But okay. What else can we talk about? All right. Even though we're do you actually see? Okay. Do you see Damian Wayne ever working as a villain?
No chance in hell. It'll never work.
And what makes you say that? He was raised by the League of Assassins. He's Ra's al Ghul's grandson. Sure, he doesn't cater a lot of menace because he's still a kid, but if he were an adult or he had a massive falling out, maybe he could be a villain.
The only time I see him become a villain are Elseworld stories or in John David Kent Ra's al Ghul Batman Beyond. That didn't happen. I'm not kidding. In Batman Beyond, the Dungeon story, we see in Demon Wayne was evil. But then before became a good guy.
Yeah, I thought he was just an antagonist. I don't think he was a full-fledged villain in that arc. He was more an antagonist than anything.
True.
But I just don't see Damian Wayne ever really being a villain. And I feel like Night Terrace has got I believe I saw like some promo material where saying, why is Damian Wayne being a villain or working with the villain? Because wouldn't that just be a repeat of Neza where Damian just gets possessed again?
Yeah, that wouldn't make any sense. Like, it's not going to repeat the same thing again with Night Terror. That'd be a breaking point to me because, no. We did it before in Batman vs. Robin. That makes everything that demon another mind controlling him. Not fine with that. Don't repeat the same mistake and that we up to the Batman vs. Robin series. Because the Robin book is great. I don't want the party to get destroyed because of crap. Because Night Terrors.
But we are getting Batman and Robin pretty soon, which is a relaunch.
Which is fantastic, by the way. I'm very happy with that.
And Batman Beyond, Jan Jurgens run, Damian Wayne reformed the League of Assassins.
Yep, but then he got overthrown by another bad guy.
What was that guy's name? Zero.
I forget.
Zero. What was that guy's name? Something. Hold on. Let me see if I can screen share this.
Okay.
What was that guy's name?
Anyway, you make it in your screen sharing.
Sorry, I was still trying to look for it. But basically,
Okay.
Damien tries to reform the League of Assassins. This close advisor wanted to terraform the Earth. Damien doesn't acknowledge. Damien shuts the plan down. Zero, that was his name. Zero leads a coup against him. Goliath takes him to Gotham, and then Damien and the Bat Family team up to stop him. That man, we've been going at this for an hour and 15 minutes. But
Wait, there's one thing we never saw with Bendis stuff. Bendis technically won.
I don't even think it was that bad.
It was a train wreck. It connected to Regan.
It was one of his loyal servants of Ra's al Ghul who hated what Damien did to them. Okay. Thanks for clearing that up, Liam. But
Yep.
Bendis's Justice League run again with okay. Oh, Tevia screen shared something.
Yep.
I don't think it was bad. It's just
This was a train wreck.
Bendis's self-contained crossover with the Legion and the League, which the League and the Legion have crossed over multiple times in the past, and it was just an excuse for John to get back to the present day. But that book ended up being so heavily delayed that it ultimately didn't matter.
And the main dude, Venom 7! It was me! Venom 7 that time, who controlled the Great Darkness. What? That makes no sense at all, because I thought employers run the Great Darkness. How the fuck am I control the Great Darkness? It makes no sense. It's the cut of the brain. It's so stupid.
A lot of what Bendis has contributed ended up being a clusterfuck.
Yeah, but it was so bad. Like, this was a terrible plot that made no fucking sense. This is not connected to Dark Crisis. It's not connected to anything, and the Go Lantern was all bullshit. Go Lantern had no origin. This book wanted the origin of the Go Lantern. What order Go Lantern? 6 issues of bullshit for this shit? What?
Justice League versus Legion was a maxi series, I think. I think it got
a series.
I thought it got extended. My mistake. But I just feel like by that point, after the reduced sales from Superman, they realized, okay, Bendis is not what he used to be, but we can't risk backlash by outright firing him. So let's just ride out his contract and agree not to renew it. Bendis goes back to Marvel. He leaves us alone. Problem solved.
Except the damage already been done. He damaged so much shit that you need a record of his existence. Like, for fuck's sake, DC, get rid of Tina John Kent. He's a Bendis problem no one wants. We want this. This good. This good. Hang on. Yeah. This bad. This good. You my point. My point stands. Point. I think this. Oh wait, this shit. And it's an imposter. He's a problem and Bendis to go away. But damn it, if you reckon Tina John Kent resistance, won't that be backlash from Twitter? Fuck Twitter. Twitter's dying anyway, so you don't face batteries anymore. Problem solved.
You are right to your opinion, Tevia, but remains to be seen. I just don't know what's going to happen. I honestly don't know. If I were a betting man, I would say Adventures of John's just going to get shelved and the character gets rebooted. That and the next relaunch. That would be
a merger going.
But what else can we talk? Bendis, Young Justice. Wait, did we really talk about Bendis's Young Justice run, or did we just talk about Wonder Comics?
I think we don't want to come. We didn't talk about New Jersey one. We don't even talk about the comics nigga stuff.
Okay.
And continue Duck stuff.
But Bendis' Young Justice was just overly spent on nostalgia. It wasn't bad, is that if all you really have to go with is nostalgia, that just makes people more curious, wants to go back to the Peter Davis run. And
Yep.
once they go back to the Peter Davis run, they'll realize you're bringing literally nothing to the table. You're just trying to ride off member berries just to get from one plot point to the next.
Yep. Also, they didn't help. The entire run with Connor Kent went nowhere. This entire story with all my Connor Kent back from obscurity. Which, here's the fuck, Bendis. If you want to get rid of my boy with a bullshit story, why the fuck did you not have Connor Kent actually reunite with John and they both beat each other? Don't real Superboys. And now we did a 90s cliche.
I'll admit the Jeff Johns run made certain improvements because 90s Connor was just a playboy, essentially was just a playboy. There wasn't really a whole lot of depth to him in the 90s. The Jeff Johns run is where Connor really starts to develop.
Yep.
So I will.
Oh yeah, put an Amethyst for some reason.
I think Amethyst isn't really a bad character. She's a bit obscure. She's basically a DC's version of Sabrina the Power Princess. But other than that, I have nothing against her.
Same, I'm never against her either. I do like Amethyst. She's a cool character. But Bennett did not use that at all. She just jump over 680 and jump over this bullshit. It's so boring. Oh, hi, Naomi. I forgot you were in this book as well. Why is she in this book? I forget.
Probably to prop up the line some more.
Which went nowhere. Yeah, then you have
basically DC's ripoff of Ben 10, Dial Hero. Basically,
yeah, Dial Hero. Here's the thing. Bennett did not like that story. The actual that story actually was good. I like that idea. It was a good story. But that also confused me because wait, this makes no sense because at the end of that series, Miguel gives up the dial. How did he get the dial in this book?
He either gets it back. He's probably retconned that he gets the dial back somehow, or this whole run takes place before he gives up the dial in his main book.
But the way that it ended before Young Justice ended, Bennett is contradicting otherwise books for their own purpose and do it again for crap. Actually, wait, you know what? All these guys, Jenny Hex.
Nothing wrong with giving Johnny Hex a descendant. I have nothing against that.
I never did either, but she did nothing.
All she did was she kind of reminds me of Crush in a way. All she did was brood the whole time.
Yeah. You're right about that, actually. She did brood. She went nowhere.
No,
what Naomi knows.
To be fair, she did have a lot to brood about. Her girlfriend cheated on her. She was given these artifacts from the Old West from her dying mother. She had a lot of things to work through, but I think Wonder Comics, or at least especially with the Young Justice run, Wonder Comics kind of just imploded, and there was kind of no real direction at that point.
Yep. Oh, hi, Sideways. Wait, you did his book as well?
He made a brief appearance in the last couple of issues. Arrowette, Aqualad, Spoiler, and Arrowette. Really banking on the Young Justice cartoon synergy. But this really didn't go anywhere.
It went nowhere. Oh yeah, this book also retconned another story, Batman Eternal.
Wait, wasn't that a Future State story?
No. Batman Eternal, that's Batman Eternal was actually a New 52 story that had Sunnybound father died in that book. And guess who killed him? Guess.
Spoiler?
Nope.
Oh, a Talon.
Lincoln Munch.
But New 52 material hasn't really been touched outside of adaptations.
That is true. But here's the thing, though. This was a plot point from Batman Eternal that got retconned because Ben said, "Hey, fuck it, I'm not gonna keep women. I'm not gonna read Batman Eternal. I'm gonna be sending my far back from the dead." But you can't do that. Batman goes to means he died. We saw a body right there. He got stabbed. How the fuck can you undo that? No way. He gave an explanation. It's so stupid because it's just a garbage story. Not that English. With a in the Cauldron Joe. Let's see.
You're probably better off just typing Clue Master.
Oh yeah, said about within Earth 3 as well. I forgot she was in that story.
And
Yeah,
somehow she's still a hero. Well, a more prominent hero, but a hero nonetheless.
Which that makes no sense because Earth 3 is probably all the heroes are bad and there are no good guys. Well, all the villains are good guys, but the bad guys are the heroes.
Technically, there is no Batman on Earth 3, so...
Yeah. Wait, that's true. It's Owlman who is supposed to be inspired 70 Blam. Wait. I just realized I didn't want to talk Earth 3 bullshit. It's an Owlman who controlled the Gotham. How's Stephanie Brown a hero in that universe? I'm confused.
Because she became a hero after the Crisis Syndicate disappeared.
Except we got a new crime syndicate. We just kind of. Oh, my brain. And let's see, Crewmaster and Justice.
There we go.
Yeah, I found it. I think that's the story. That's what I'm talking about. Not the best panel, but it's the only panel I think that makes sense. It's the best I can do. Jay, you still here?
I'm still here.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, this is the best I can do because this brought back to life. This issue brought back to life on BH3.
well, I think that was the first issue to address the Drake persona was not a good idea.
Well, that, but Electron Crewmaster's death. It was so stupid.
But okay, we talked about Bendis. What else can we talk about?
We can talk about Leviathan.
I don't even remember Event Leviathan, not gonna lie.
I am a piece of it. And Lyndon Shaw bullshit. Not Lyndon Shaw, Mark Shaw. I always get my those characters mixed up because they're so boring.
I don't even think Event Leviathan even went anywhere from what I remember.
It can't the Action Comics. It can't Action Comics with a garbage story. I'm not kidding. Action Comics been Action Comics connected to Event Leviathan, which is crap. And that book led after Con came in Human again, which went nowhere. Oh, that's not true. It went somewhere, but I had John meet Connor, but bullshit, and it destroyed that great thing that I wanted and give a bullshit and I never won. The guy like Bendis. Oh wait, I forgot. If I'm having led to one thing, checkmate. Hang on, I'll screenshot. Here it is, I found it.
How about some Bendis story arcs? Okay, we got Checkmate. We got Event Leviathan.
Yep. We got Mark Shaw, the reveal this is asshole. Who's boring. We have we have Rose's brother. You remember this guy, right?
Hold on. Briefly, I briefly remember this guy.
Yeah, he even Benny does agree. Just retcon that story.
Invisible Mafia.
Yeah, I think that story all crap. With all of that to Earth 3. Because maybe the Mafia, the leader of that Earth 3 character. Unity Saga, a lot of crap.
Well, Unity Saga, wasn't that the one where that actually shows John getting tortured by Ultraman?
Yes.
Huh.
Unity Saga, all the good but doing super all the crap. And Brian Rogozar. The worst Superman villain of all time.
Is Rogozal really that bad of a villain, or is he just
Yes,
redundant?
he's horrible.
There's the
He's
difference.
boring. Hang on, I'll screen share him.
Okay.
Found him. This guy.
Some random butcher who takes credit for the destruction of Krypton. Rogozal is just an extension of a larger problem. One,
Yep.
he's a Lobo ripoff. And two, it doesn't matter how Krypton's destroyed. It doesn't change the fact that the planet still blows up and Clark is sent to Earth to be raised by the Kents. It doesn't matter the specific context of what led to Krypton's destruction. Unless you're doing an Elseworld story, what if Krypton survived? Then what's the point in bringing it up?
Yep. And then we have the council, the circle.
Phantom Earth. That one.
Phantom Earth brought back Rogozar, and this was a terrible, terrible Age of Junkhead bullshit. But General Zod, he tried to help with the Superman. But spoiler, don't get to be Rogozar. But then Zod freaks out when he's on Krypton, and then he makes peace with Superman because they hate Rogozar. It made no sense. It was stupid with Zod's character.
But even in spite of all the bad, we got a plethora of good storylines the past couple of months. We ended up with the Robin 2021 solo run, which actually helped pick Damien back up from being made into a villain, which is some of Joshua Williamson's best work recently.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite books that came out at the DC.
And isn't Batman and Robin technically a relaunch for the Robin series anyway? Hello?
Oh, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Because if something's going on, we can wrap this up if you got something.
No, we can keep going.
Okay.
What a story arc? Unity Saga, Phantom Earth, Bigger Mafia. What Bendis wrote. His Young Justice was crap. Superman was crap. Justice League was garbage. His Justice League just broke me way more than okay. Superman that destroyed me. I not destroyed me. His Justice League one was shit from the very beginning. It was a horrible story. Which went to nowhere to nothing. Checkmate was garbage. Everything but his top turned to shit.
Wait, his Bendis run was his Justice League run was pretty mundane. I admit it. It pretty much ties in directly to Dark Crisis, and
No, it does not. It's not to the Dark at all. It means nothing.
he does kill off the Justice League. Well,
No. He didn't do it. That wasn't him. That was Josh Williamson.
okay.
Yeah, Williamson wrote that. Bendis left the book when and nothing happened. He was long gone. Issue 73 dealt with the whole guy, the Sidemore guy from Superman Run. Who went nowhere.
I see. But let's see. Okay, is there any storyline recently that you actually did like?
Darren Flapper, I love after that book. That book is fantastic. Action Comics, amazing. But PKJ, fantastic.
Okay.
George Wayne Superman book, amazing.
Would you say the Super Twins replace or even are arguably better than John Kent?
I don't think they're better. I still don't DM like normal. That's what I want. But if I had to pick my poison and still deal with the shit we have now, which is the garbage, I would rather tell the Super Twins. Even though it's not the same, it's better than nothing.
Okay. Have you read the recent issue of Action Comics?
Yep, I did. It was fantastic. The backstory was amazing. With John Kent and your boy, his son for himself. I love that book. It's so amazing. And the main story good well with Metallo. That got dark. I mean, literally.
I know you're not kidding. I've read the issue myself.
Yep.
But I think I believe there was a 3-issue crossover with Power Girl. You were telling me about it.
Yeah.
And she's going by Paige now.
Mm-hmm. It's so stupid.
Sorry, I'm starting to have a migraine. But are there any creatives that have been added on since Bendis that are actually good or decent?
Jeremy Adams, but I've been doing it, but not part of Bendis.
I think Jeremy Adams came out his own accord.
He came in on court. He did made no Flash. That book was awesome. What was that book with the butt that came out of DC? That book was amazing. That book saved Wally West, and thank God for it. And that book, Shocker on a spy with a billionaire shit show, gave Wally a third kid. Hey Marvel, so you don't give me with Spidey, I get that with Flash. Shocker. It's only that I mean, a kid want to be a family. It's smart.
So where do we go from here? What can you expect from Night Terrors and beyond when Dawn of DC kicks off in September? Where do we go from here?
After Night Terrors, the only thing I'm looking forward to Night Terror is the Superman stuff. Green Lantern is good right now. It's fantastic with Jeremy Adams. Cut them all. Okay, the Shazam book has been out. Okay, we'll cut them all. I'm not calling Shazam and then cut them all. Sue me. That's the name. I will always do it the day I die. That book is fantastic. We'll find out it's good. But other than that, I don't know where we put to go. Wait, actually, I know where we put to go. Return to Justice League.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but I feel like they're going to wait till the very end of the year before we get Dawn of DC Justice League. But when the Justice League comes back, what creatives do you want on that book?
Tomasi
on Justice League. Hey, let us know in the chat what other creators would you think would do good for a Dawn of DC Justice League.
Yeah, because if I can't undo John and DM like normal, I read a good judgment about that. I tried the mistakes. Actually, wait. A strategy book could be my reset button to give me back Real John come back. That's my solution, baby. It can work.
Isn't there? Wait, wasn't there a backup story? I believe in Superman. I don't think it was Action Comics, but in Superman, where John is dealing with this warrior princess who led a coup against her
That's
parents.
Action Comics. That's Action Comics.
Oh, that's Action Comics. Okay, my mistake.
Yep.
And she had like time distortion power or something like that.
Yep. That would be in Action Comics. I was so happy. That's a loophole, baby. That can work. Reset button right there, baby. If it happens, I'll be happy. Meaning, I get Real John come back after when they're gonna die up against. That's my reset button. This can work. This could be the reset button I've been waiting for years. If then pull the trigger, I'll be happy camera, baby. I'll be happy. I win. Yay.
But what was Invisible Mafia? I know Unity Saga was John getting tortured. Phantom Earth was Rogel's Odd, but what was Invisible Mafia?
I made a moment of Action Comics. Bendis Action Comics one that went to shit.
I just don't remember that storyline specifically, so I can't really
Yeah.
comment on that one.
Avo Red Cloud.
Oh.
I'll show you what I'm talking about.
Okay, thank you.
Screen share. Here. Yeah.
Hold on, give me just a moment.
Yeah, I vote her.
Red Cloud.
Yep. She reported a video mafia,
Huh.
which is so stupid. And the way she get defeated with just garbage. Like, wait, you're telling me this powerful Juggernaut defeats Superman, apparently she got defeated in the fan zone? What? And then she gets put in prison. And then the FBI lady showed her out nowhere, go nowhere. It's so stupid. And guess what we did with the mafia? Guess. Just guess.
Okay, who?
Earth 3. A Earth 3 lady. No, not him. No, not the other. What the hell is it?
But I think we can move on to our final thoughts. Final thoughts.
Yeah, I can't find it, but I do know what it is. I just don't know which issue. I think it was the final issue of this train wreck.
John Cameron. Final thoughts for me would be how, even though Bendis ended up with a lot of baggage and a lot of mess that was going on behind the scenes, there were still factors such as 5G that ultimately would have derailed the brand. So we can't blame Bendis for everything. I say this multiple times on multiple videos. We can't blame Bendis for everything. And sometimes there are certain creative decisions that are ultimately out of the writer's control, and they just have to make the best of the situation to appease editorial and get the book published.
Even though Bendis caught this man at the very beginning, he ate up John. That was his plan on day one. That was not his plan.
He did that out of convenience. I'll give you that, Tevia, because he
which
thinks
sucked.
I guess he's better at writing teen characters than children characters, I guess. I don't really know the history behind why Bendis did what he did. I really don't.
And I still don't understand why he ate up John. Like in an interview with Time Magazine, he said he liked Superman family. Really? If you like Superman family, you would not eat up John at the very beginning.
But what are your final thoughts on everything we talked about, Tevia?
Final thoughts on Bendis as a whole at the line of DC. His writing was shit. He destroyed everything with garbage. He destroyed my favorite team, the Super Family. He destroyed Super Family for crap. And I hate his run from the very beginning. He destroyed a lot of shit for crap. He treated it with garbage. Oh yeah, we never tried reading the book. I forgot we never done that turnover series. Damn it. Yeah. My final thought, Bendis. I'm gonna bet all at DC. Because every little thing you wrote turned to shit. He destroyed my favorite character. He destroyed Super Sons. He destroyed Region. Okay, Region actually got destroyed with crap because Bendis is awful ending. Judging was a shit show. Judging was crap. He destroyed a lot of shit. I'm glad Bendis is gone with DC. I don't do his shit ever again. That's the good news. Bad news is the damage he's done, and then undo the mistake. You know, you could have done undo the mistake with a reset button with a timed out top right there. A fan fiction comic actually picked the John Campbell situation and made it work. I'm just glad Bendis is gone. I don't do shit ever again.
Thank you for your final thoughts, Tevia. Thank you.
Thank you.
But,
Sorry, I went to tangent. I need to get down my system.
It's all right, man. We're just having this is just a chill stream. We're having good conversation. This was fun. This was a good talk. But
Well, your final thoughts.
again, basically from what I've said earlier, how we can't blame Bendis for everything. These are still people who have to answer to executives, and they just made the best out of a bad situation. We're going in a new direction with Dawn of DC. We are getting a bit of a undercut of momentum with Night Terrors, but hopefully it doesn't damage the brand too much and they stick the landing. I personally think Damian Wayne doesn't work as a villain, but some people may feel differently. But yeah, this was a very good discussion. Thank you for everyone who is on the panel. Thank you everyone on the channel and everyone in the chat and who's still watching. This was a great stream. New direction will be out sometime this week. I got work and other scheduling stuff, but I will post on my community tab and give like a general guideline of what's going to come out next. So hold on, let me look for this. I'm sorry, folks. I was looking for something, but welcome DC brand breaking news. Oh, here it is. But like, comment, and subscribe, everybody. I've been J. Blaze. This has been Tevia Comics League. You're welcome. You guys are welcome anytime. And like, comment, subscribe. Good night, everybody.
Bye.